we would like to get started with the president's teams. And all of you know, if you're achieving president's team, you get a special recognition. And like we heard it today, in the future we will have 3 recognitions a year in Saint-Tropez, in Dubai, and in the US. And you can choose on which one you want to be part of, as long as there are still capacities. And in the back we will show you the video of the President's Team recognition, the trailer, what we did in the past. And what is important to know, if you reach in 1 year multiple new ranks, you also can be part of multiple recognitions. So you can, only by getting President's Team, Silver President's Team, Gold President's Team, and so on, you can travel around the world. And before we get to the new President's Teams, we would sure like to welcome
the video. Let's have a look at the video.
While we look at the video, we will have the hosts of the President's Team recognition on stage.
Video is on.
We will look in the total. Okay. Every year, and please welcome the host of the President's Team recognition on stage, our CEO and founder, Rolf Sorg. Please let us now welcome on stage the new President's Teams of the last 3 months. Anne-Rose Vierling.
Exactly right, for our new President's Team. from Korea.
Christoph
Japan, Korea. Hayato Nakayama, Japan. Luigi, Taiwan.
Silver President. November. Hi. From Japan.
Anne Rose, seit wann bist du bei PM und warum bist du damals gestartet?
Seit 2009 bei PM. Warum bin ich gestartet? Ich hatte gesundheitliche Herausforderungen. Ich wollte fit, gesund in meine zweite Lebenshälfte gehen. Und da war es ganz wichtig, was für mich zu tun. Und Fitland kam in mein Leben, weil die einfach genau das gepasst hat für die Situation, in der ich war.
Ihr habt euch gesucht und gefunden.
Wir haben uns gesucht und gefunden. Und irgendwann habe ich die Entscheidung getroffen, mehr daraus zu machen und die Herausforderung anzunehmen, hier eine Karriere zu starten und das im Rentenalter.
Und jetzt bist du Presidentsteam. Was bedeutet das für dich?
Etwas, was ich nie geglaubt hätte. Und es ist unfassbar. Ich bin sehr, 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 sehr dankbar, dass ich das erreichen durfte, vor allem mit wunderbaren Teampartnern und die auch hier sind. Und da möchte ich mich bedanken bei PM für diese Chance, für diese Möglichkeit. Ich möchte mich bei meinem Mann bedanken, der immer an meiner Seite ist, mich unterstützt. Und es ist der Weg zu einem selbst, wenn man in diesem Geschäft diesen Weg geht.
Vielen Dank, Anne Rose. Danke dir.
Our new president speaks. Give them a hand.
Please all step now back again. Please step back.
It is time to go on to the next level in our marketing plan. And of course, I'm talking about the silver president level. This is now you have doubled your business again. We're talking a yearly turnover of minimum 2.5 million euro. And well, without further ado, I think we really should again clapping and again move a little bit back so we have space because there's going to be a lot of people again. So, Patrick, are you ready? To welcome our new silver president.
안녕하세요. 한국에서 정수진 인사드리겠습니다.
동해부터 PM 사업을 하셨나요?
저는 2021년 1월부터 사업을 시작했습니다.
왜 PM 사업을 하셨나요?
베트남의 제품을 먹어보고 사업을 하지 않는 게 더 이상하다고 생각합니다.
이기우피 어떻게 해나요? 이기우피 어떻게 해나요?
네. 저는 팀별로 팀 트레이닝을 굉장히 강화를 했고 팀들이 다 셀프 리더십을 갖췄기 때문에 조직의 확장이 굉장히 잘 일어나가지고 저 또한 SPT가 될 수 있었습니다.
어떻게 납품하셨나요?
얘기했어요.
영업을 어떻게 되나요?
저는 올해 9월에
어디에다?
GP 갑니다.
어디에다 주문하나요?
올해 9월에 GP 달성합니다.
갑니다. September, November. 갑니다.
화이팅!
코리아.
Francesco Aieta from Italy. Da quanto tempo sei con PM?
Sono in PM da un anno, 12 mesi.
Qual è stato il fino per cui ti sei unito a PM?
Per questi fantastici prodotti, per la solidità di questa grande azienda e per la famiglia che siamo.
Qual è la tua professione?
Io sono una persona che vuole portare il benessere ad altri esseri umani e condividere con loro una grande opportunità che può portare a realizzare un sacco di sogni.
Cosa è successo al tuo business quando hai iniziato?
Il mio business è molto divertente perché è stata veramente una scalata molto veloce ed è qualcosa che mi porta nel cuore. Voglio ringraziare tutto il mio team per il lavoro fantastico che fanno ogni giorno.
Qual è il tuo prossimo obiettivo?
Tra 10 mesi Gold presenti.
for grouping.
One more time. One more time. One more time. Big hand for all our Silver Presidents team.
All Silver Presidents team.
One photo. One photo. Silver Presidents team. Silver.
President's teams, 5 million turnover per year, newly qualified in the months of March, April and May. Please welcome on stage
our new gold president, Hanna Nagam, gold president in Korea.
Du warst von deiner PM-Karriere Zollbeamter in einem sicheren Job verbeamtet. Was war damals dein Motiv, mit dem Geschäft PM zu starten?
Ich habe mir die Frage gestellt, was will ich mal aus meinem Leben machen, und mir dann halt schnell zu dem Punkt gekommen, dass die Arbeitsweise, die dort gelebt wird, nicht das ist, was ich mein Leben lang machen möchte. Ich will das Maximum aus meinem Leben rausholen, sämtliche Träume, Ziele, Wünsche irgendwie verwirklichen können. Habe nie ein Tool wirklich für mich finden können und habe mit PM, mit den Finnland-Produkten die Chance meines Lebens einfach gefunden und habe da einfach für mich eine Idee hintergesehen, dass ich mir genau solche Sachen dadurch erfüllen kann.
Was ist dein nächstes Ziel?
Im August Platin-Präsident.
이거 양서영 거죠?
Herzlichen Glückwunsch!
So, also 참가해 from Korea. 정경진, 은일고도 PM 사약을 알아줬나요?
2020년 4월부터 저 밖에 안에 있는 김세영 사장님 소개로 사업을 시작했습니다.
왜 PM 사약을 알아줬나요?
PM의 제품의 신뢰하고 신뢰성으로 이 믿음이 있기 때문에 제가 사업을 시작했습니다.
Okay. So what is your next goal? 나의 목표 어떻게 되나요?
어떤 목표요?
네. 어떻게 되나요?
목표가 지금 골드 프리젠트입니다.
When?
예.
언제 달성을 하시나요?
올해 목표는 10일입니다. 고맙습니다.
Congratulations! Our new goal president
President's
for
team, please one step forward.
over 7.5 million euro per year. And I mean, the stage is full. I think we can squeeze in a little bit more. So now I want you to put your hands together again, because now we are talking about Platin President's team. So welcome up on the stage.
Yes, Und was war damals dein Grund zu starten?
Also ich bin erstmal gestartet, ich bin Dreifachmama und ich bin gestartet, weil ich immer müde war, das war mein Hauptpunkt, und hatte dann mega gute Resultate durch die Produkte und habe dann angefangen darüber zu reden, weil ich damals einfach in einer extrem beschissenen finanziellen Situation war, und nachdem ich einfach gemerkt habe, was man hier machen kann, wie man sein Leben verändern kann, musste ich einfach starten.
Jetzt bist du Platin-Präsident geworden im April. Was bedeutet das für dich? Was bedeutet das für dein Leben mit deinen 3 Kindern?
Ich kann das gar nicht beschreiben. Das ist einfach ein ganz anderes Leben. Unser Leben hat sich um 180 Grad verändert, komplett. Also wirklich, bei uns war es damals so, dass wir Mitte des Monats manchmal echt schauen mussten, wie kommen wir über die Runden. Und heute kann ich einfach meinen Kindern die Welt zeigen und ihnen alles lieben. Ich bin einfach so dankbar dafür.
Platin-Präsidentsteam zu werden. Was ist dein Tipp an die Menschen, die vielleicht am Anfang ihrer PM-Karriere stehen? Wie schafft man das noch dazu in der Zeit?
Also es gibt ja nur ein was, und zwar das heißt machen, ohne darüber nachzudenken. Schaltet euer Hirn aus, liebt es, was ihr tut, und zwar bewegt jeden Tag euren Arsch. Es ist so. Nehmt nicht irgendwas als Ausrede. Die einzigste Ausrede seid ihr selber, niemand anders.
Was ist dein nächstes Ziel?
Mein Ziel ist im Dezember Champions League.
Vielen Dank für
우리야 소명자.
네, PM 수업 아셨나요? PM 수업 아셨나요?
2020년 7월에 PM을 시작했습니다.
어떻게 답성하셨나요?
시스템 활용과 집중했습니다.
오케이, 다음 목표 어떻게 되나요?
2022년 7월 챔피언 리그 달성합니다.
Yes, sebelah saya mesti masuk. So, kita take a photo together.
Big applause to all the presidents
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.
What an excitement. I mean, you see so many people. We have the IMMs running the whole day, the banner. You see that celebration in the room. We got the celebration here with the vice president's teams. We have the executive vice president's teams. And then we have all of the ranks of the president's teams. And I think I'm not going to tell you they've got some hair in their lungs. I think I'm not going to tell you any secret that we're going to have another round of honorings later on. And then, of course, is that going to be the Champions League. But seeing all of this success, of course, brings up always, at least in me, the questions: are there tools for success? Are there things that we can do in order to help our own success? Things maybe steps we can take that help every single one. And especially the important thing is, whatever we do as success or as tools for success, it needs to be duplicatable. Because if it's not duplicatable, then it's not good for this business, because we are in the business of duplication, right? And let me tell you a story of my personal experience. You know, every morning I do a little 20-minute stretching and workout routine. I've not always done that, but I do it for quite some time now. And you know, some of the mornings are easier, and some of the mornings are harder. It's just the way it is in life, right? Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. And it was basically last week. You know, last week was one of those, it was the toughest week. A lot of preparation to do, so my brain was giving me a lot of excuses why not to do my morning routine. But nevertheless, I did it. But it was a tough day, I have to say. And then I have a way of motivating myself. When I'm in that morning stretching and workout routine, I think about what could I do to motivate me. And that very morning, I had something that motivated me. I had a thought that motivated me. And that thought is, you know, I have my favorite granola. And I live in Switzerland. And that granola, I mean, it's kind of like, it's the mother of all granolas. It's like the best granola you can think of. It's from a small factory. It's 3 women. They do it handmade, so you can taste the love that is in this granola. And while I'm in the midst of my workout routine, and I feel I need this extra bit of energy, I think about, yes, I'm going to reward myself with my favorite granola when I'm done. So I finish my workout routine, and I think, yes, it's time for granola. And what do I do next? Well, I walk into the kitchen. And while I walk into the kitchen, I see the kitchen sink. And in that kitchen sink, there's a bowl. And in that bowl, there's a spoon. And some milk left, and traces of granola. So I can see somebody ate granola there before me. But even worse than that, next to the kitchen sink, I see what? An empty bag of my favorite granola. I turn it around, but it's empty, there's nothing left. So at that very moment, I realized somebody has been eating my granola. And that somebody was my girlfriend, because she was the only one that was in the house. And don't we all know that? I mean, the people we love, we really love them. But sometimes in life, there are moments where you could just, you know what I mean? And I was at the tipping point of actually looking where she is and saying, why did you eat my granola? But then I realized it was not my granola in the first place. Because if you live in a household then obviously all people can eat the same. And then, I mean, gentlemen, between all of us, we know it anyways, right? I mean, what is our woman's is our woman's, it's theirs. And what's ours is anyways always theirs as well. So there's no such thing as my granola. Now why I'm telling you that story is, it was not about the granola, but the very moment I wanted to complain with my girlfriend, I realized it was not the granola that got me upset. It was something in my mind. It was the expectation I had. It was what I was expecting. So I realized it has to do with my mindset. It was a mindset thing. And mindset is what I want to talk to you about today. Because you might have heard, success is just a matter of the right mindset. Ever heard that? Who has heard in your life already somebody telling you success just depends on the right mindset? Show me, who of you has already heard that success is just a mindset game? See, a lot of us. Now, well, if it's just a matter of the right mindset, let me tell you one thing. I'm a trainer and coach for over 20 years, and being a trainer and coach means I help other people to bring out the best that they have inside of them. So you could say I'm kind of I'm a midwife for success. I help to give success birth. And I can confirm, it's about the mindset. So, if you don't have the success that you want to have yet, it's a matter of mindset. So, just have the right mindset and you're going to have the success. That's it. Thank you very much. But wait. Maybe there's more to it. Because how do you have the right mindset? Because we could all agree having the right mindset is what we need. But how do you get the right mindset? And it's actually not that easy to put it into action. And I think it helps if we take a look. I mean, I promised you I'm going to bring a tool for your toolbox. That's why I'm here today. And in order to do that, we have to take a look at this. We have to take a look at our brain. And if I speak brain, actually it's not that easy for a simple reason. And that reason is that we can't speak about the brain. Why can't we speak about the brain? Because the brain is actually more than one brain. We have two brains in there. We have one brain, and that's the one that we're mostly very proud of. And that is this one here. That's our brain, our rational brain. So if human beings speak about we are the crown of the evolution, that's because we believe our rational brain runs the show. Now, sorry to tell you, but the challenge that we face is that actually this brain in here, our emotional brain, that's the brain that runs the show. So if we want to be successful, we need to understand how our brains work. And one of the brains is the conscious brain, that's the rational brain, and the other one is the subconscious brain. To give you an easier picture for that, we could also look at that. That's you, that's the iceberg. This part here, that is the subconscious brain, that is everything that happens that's below the waterline, we're not aware of that. Very important, our non-conscious, our under the waterline brain, because this is where breathing happens, this is where, this is what basically 80% of all the things happen that happen to us in life. Breathing, heartbeat, blood pressure. I'm very happy this happens subconsciously. But success happens there as well, and that is the challenging thing, because our two brains, they're fighting a battle. The brain, the emotional brain is a lazy brain. It doesn't want to spend any energy. So if the rational brain says, let's do something, the emotional brain switches to, let me check first whether that's worth doing it or not. So our emotional brain is a very lazy brain, but it has a strong function. That strong function is, if our brain is convinced of something, then it switches to autopilot. We have an autopilot in our brain. And wouldn't it be great if we could have an autopilot for the things that matter in life? What we do, that's called habits. Maybe you've ever realized that when something is a habit, it's much easier than before it is a habit. So I am convinced that habits are one of the keys to success. So it's one of the things we need to put in our toolbox. And when I started my workout routine, it was very hard because from one day to the next I decided I'm going to do a 20-minute workout in the morning. But then I realized, well, yeah, it's not going to be that easy. So I thought, okay, I need to switch on the power of my brain. I need to switch on the autopilot. I need to make sure it is a habit. So if we want to build a habit in our brain, then it is about finding a way of getting our brain work on autopilot. Now habits are a little bit like this. If you imagine you have green grass, you have pastures of green grass, it's green grass in front of your house. And now in the morning you get outside and you walk through that green grass. What's going to happen? You're going to push the grass down and it's going to come up again. But if you do it every day, if you walk over that grass every day, what's going to happen? Well, it is probably going to turn into a path, a little bit like this. So the grass is not coming up anymore, there's a path. And then you keep walking and what happens? It turns into a dirt road. And is it easier to walk on a dirt road than it is to walk through high grass? Of course it is. And then it turns into something like this, you have a road. There you can even drive with a car on it. And if you keep doing that, and one day it might turn into a highway. And when it's a highway, it's very easy to drive on the highway. So the highway is when we have switched on a habit that makes it easy to do a thing. Now, wouldn't it be interesting to find out how we are actually building that highway? And the highway is the highway of the habits. You might have heard that someone told you to build a habit, it takes 21 days. Now, I got a little bit bad news for you because there's a study that says yeah, it takes a few days, but it takes a little bit longer. In average, it takes 66 days, but that depends on the person, it depends on what it is. It can take up to 180 days, which is half a year. Why I'm telling you that? Well, if your habits do not establish as fast as you would like them to establish, don't worry, you're on the right path. You just need to keep walking on there. And now the question is, how do we establish this? How do we establish these habits? You might think motivation is the key. And I believe motivation is helpful. But motivation is overrated. I believe motivation is overrated. Now you might say, how can he stand on a stage, on a World Management Congress, with all the motivated people and tell them motivation is overrated? Well, I can tell you why. Because motivation is part of our emotional brain. And the challenge with the emotional brain is, well, it's emotion that's not directly accessible. Let's do an experiment. Focus. When I flick my fingers, you double your motivation, okay? 3, 2, 1. Some of you maybe yes, some of no, but let's be honest. Can we double our motivation just in a second? No, we can't, because it's part of our subconscious brain, and it's not that easy. But there's one thing that we can actually, on an instance, work on, and that is willpower. I believe willpower is the key to success. Now you might say, yeah, but I'm not disciplined. I'm not like an Achim Heukemes. I'm not like an Olaf Sorg that does the contact today. I don't have the discipline. Well, there's a lot of lies about discipline, and one of the lies about discipline and about willpower is that is something that you have or you don't have. That's bullshit. Sorry, that's bullshit. You're not born with willpower, you're not born with discipline, you build it. You have the tools and you build it. And how do you build it? You build it by little steps. You have to do little steps that you can't fail. You might have heard about the story, how to eat an elephant. Anyone in here that has already eaten an elephant? Yeah, I see. A couple has eaten an elephant, so they seem to eat. I knew they eat some guinea pigs, but I didn't know they eat elephants in Latin America. But how do you eat it? Well, by cutting it into small pieces. And that's what you do with everything. Of course, the elephant, vegetarians and vegans, don't be upset at me. It's just a metaphor. I'm not talking about killing elephants, of course. But it is, you cut it down in small pieces. So you have to find something that is a small step that you can do where your emotional brain, the one in there, the one in the middle, where that brain is not saying, oh, I can't do it. Let me give you an example with push-ups. I don't know if you push push-ups or not. I do them from time to time when I have part of my morning routine. But when you've never done push-up and now you take the goal of doing 20 push-ups, you'll have your emotional brain screaming at you. Are you crazy? You're gonna hurt yourself. Don't do that. And if you say, I'm just gonna do one push-up, just one push-up, emotional brain. I can do that one push-up. That's such a small step that your emotional brain doesn't even wake up. So you do that one push-up. Okay, you look, and you say, okay, I'm gonna do this one push-up. And then you realize that actually your brain says, oh, it wasn't that hard. Oh, then you can do a second push-up. And maybe your brain even does a third push-up. Before you actually realize it, before your emotional brain wakes up, you've done 2 or 3 push-ups. And then maybe the next day you do 4. And the next day you do 5. That's how you establish basically a habit, because you are tricking your emotional brain. You're tricking that brain inside here. Remember the one I told you that is on the one side very helpful, here in the middle. This one here, this one in the middle. It can be the strongest enemy, it can be the best friend if you use it right. And because it's lazy, we have to do little steps. Now what are the push-ups in business? What are the most important things in business? I believe there's only one money-making activity in this business. And that is making contacts. Everything else is a result. Selling products, a result of making contacts. Sponsoring people, a result of making contacts. Managers, a result of making contacts. People at a business academy, a result of making contacts. People here from your team at the World Management Congress, a result of making contacts. So the most important thing is making contacts. So this is what we need to get our brain to actually say, yes, I want to do it, yes, I can do it. How do you do it? With little steps daily. Yes, maybe you want to do 10 contacts a day because you learned from Rolf Sork 10 contacts a day on a continuous basis is the way to success. But if you start with 10, your brain might scream, I can't do that! But if you start with 1 or 2 a day, and you do that over a certain time, remember that's the grass getting down. It's the dirt road establishing. And then you have the road, then you go to the highway, and then you get a 10 contacts. So it's the little things, it's to keep in mind, this business is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time. Remember the 66 days? Maybe it's a little bit less, maybe it's a little bit more for you. But if you do the things continuously, then they will work. And continuously means what? It means you have to do it on a daily basis. Why on a daily basis? Because this is what we're looking at here. We're looking at the grass, and if you don't walk over the grass on a daily basis, the grass will go up again, you will never get the highway. This is why you have to do it every single day. Another reason why you have to do it every single day is because every single day your 2 brains are fighting. Your emotional brain and your rational brain are fighting, and if you don't go into the battle every day, you will not succeed. Now there's one more thing to it, that's the third component. It's called ego depletion. Forget the term, not important, but what it is important. Our willpower is the strongest in the morning and diminishes over the day. That's the reason why I rarely find people with chips on the couch Netflixing in the morning, but I find people with chips in their hands Netflixing on the couch in the evening. Why? Because our willpower is gone in the evening, or it's weaker in the evening. That's why we have to do the things in the morning. First thing in the morning, the things that matter most, because we want to establish a habit in our brain cells. This is where we want to have that highway. This is where we want to establish this habit of making contacts. And you know what the interesting thing is? It actually will start to be fun making contacts. It will be something that you will be looking for. And then, that's for regular people, the 3 steps. Now, for leaders in the room, there's a 4th step that I need to mention. Because your emotional brain is very clever. And it will always come back. Every time. And at some point, your emotional brain is going to tell you what? Your emotional brain is going to tell you, yeah, but now you are a leader. You don't have time for making contacts anymore. You're too important. There's things that you got to do, like motivate your people. You have to do meetings. You can't do contacts anymore. Do you know what that is? Do you know what I call that? That's bullshit. Don't listen to the bullshit that the emotional brain tells you. If the most important thing in this business is to do contacts, then also for you as a leader, nothing is more important than to do contacts. Now, having said that, I'm sure whatever the goal is you have in mind, and we all have different goals, I can guarantee you one thing. I can promise you, you can reach it. Why? How can I know that? Because you have the most important thing that you need for it, and that is you have a brain. At least, I assume you have one. So, you have a brain. Teach your brain to go with little no failure steps. Do them on a daily basis. Do them in the morning and keep doing them. Then no matter what, it doesn't matter from where you are, how skilled you are, how old you are, who you are. If you follow those 3 steps, it is impossible to fail. So, use your brain, because then you own your future. Thank you. And when you own your future, you're not only helping yourself, by the way. Why that? Well, you're helping the people around you, of course, but you're also helping, when you own your future, you're helping because you own your future with PM, which means we bring a lot of products to the marketplace. And what does that mean? There's a lot of hours of life that we give. Because we all know in the charity program of PM International, every sold product is an hour of life, right? And that's what we're going to be hearing about now. The next speaker is actually wearing a couple of hats. I mean, on the one hat she's wearing, very clearly, everyone knows that she is the wife of Rolf Zorg, that Rolf Zorg himself calls the sunshine in his life. Also, quite a few probably know that she is, and already has been for a long time, a very successful distributor in direct sales, so she knows what she's talking about. But then, at the same time, she is PM International's charity ambassador. And I mean, the charity of PM International is because it's important to Rolf Zorg and his family, important to all of us to give back to the community. And this is why every product is an hour of life for a child in this world that would not have a chance without us. And what is going on in the area of charity, that's what we're going to hear from our charity ambassador, Vicky Zorg.
What an incredible day we've had so far, and I can only tell you that what I have to present to you in a really short time is probably going to blow your mind and will give you the confirmation that what you're doing every single day, the way you love and carry the Finline products out into the marketplace, the way you love and carry out our PM International business, giving chances and opportunities to others, you're exactly doing the greatest thing that you could ever do. And the deeper meaning behind it is that you are changing lives directly with everything you do in our business. For those who may not have a chance, for those who could only dream of having a life like we have, on those corners and ends of countries that you can't imagine the dissolution, you can't imagine the poverty, you can't imagine not having running water, or just having the simple things in life. And that's what we're doing with our PM We Care Foundation, with PM International, and with each product sold at PM International. And that's because of you. So first of all, give yourselves an incredible hand. Thank you so much for everything you're doing right now. in December for 2022, we took on an additional 1,000 sponsored children with World Vision, our partner who goes to these ends of the world with the most vulnerable children and their families to support them. I think I just want to explain really quick that representing sponsoring one child, the money doesn't go directly to that child. And that's so important to understand because it means that whole societies, whole villages, their families, their brothers, their sisters are getting supported with fundamental growth of basic things like fresh water, like education, like teaching them the values of how to earn a living, to be able to survive in their environment and to grow and to go from poverty level 1 to poverty level 2 and higher. In February, so many of you helped to contribute with our Share Your Love campaign, where each year we sell charity t-shirts to be able to gift our sponsored children an essential birthday gift once. Because they're part of PM now, they've been able to receive, but before that, they have never received a birthday present before. So thank you so much. In our campaign this year, we sold 5,100 t-shirts, and we were able to gift each and every one of our sponsored children, the 4,000 of them, with a birthday gift. Thank you so much. About yesterday and today, a tragedy that is going on right now as we speak with the Ukraine. And it wasn't a split second when the war started that Rolf said, we want to donate, we want to support, we need to help. With €1 million, we were able to send tons and tons of essential emergency relief help to the victims, the families, the children, with World Vision, and along with our internal staff. My eternal gratefulness for our internal staff who has done an amazing job to source items, to go to the supermarkets and ask for donations so that we could get these things to them. Thank you so much, PM International Internal. Thank you. I mean, Guido and his team with Ava, Uba, they've been amazing and essential, and our internal staff in purchasing to get these items. We've also been able, through your help, to gather €80,000 extra to be able to donate even more from just donations that you sent in to us. So we are here, we are for helping those in need. So it's not only about World Vision, who is our biggest corporate partner that we've focused on for years, but when there are huge emergency issues going on in the world, we step up there too, with your support. Thank you. Totally forgot, sorry. With the action, in March, you guys also contributed. That's why I was like, oh my God, you guys contributed so much, because in March, we had an action, a promotion, where we said, if you do so and so much business, we will donate 3 power meals, which can save people's lives for food that they may not have. And you donated around 1 million power meal bars for the Ukraine Relief House. Thank you so much. Yeah, now I'm going to get to business here with our corporate sponsor. You know, when we started our PM We Care Foundation in 2003, it was so important for us to find a partner that was solid, find a partner that where most monies get to where they need to go, where it really can make the effect and really make the difference without the additional costs that some of these other organizations take. And World Vision has been that partner for us for so long, next year going on 20 years. And it's my pleasure to welcome our Senior Advisor for Philanthropy and a great person that I've got to know over the years who has been supporting PM International and our sponsorships everywhere, Juliana Guzman. Juliana and I were just recently in a certain place. I don't know if you noticed our nice dresses. You may have seen, no, they haven't seen anything. Oh my God, it's a big secret. Do you want to know what I know? So we went for the first time to visit our sponsored children in a new area product that has just started 1 year ago in Zimbabwe. And Juliana, I don't know about you, but maybe you can tell us a little bit of your impression about the trip. But first, your impression of working with Team International, what that's meant for you too.
Yeah, well, I'm really happy and thankful that you have me here today, and I'm also thankful for having the opportunity to see how this is growing year by year. And I think I've said it already other times, but it's amazing to see how a company shares their success with the fragile people in the world, with the vulnerable children worldwide, and this is just amazing. I'm very thankful for that.
And when we were planning Zimbabwe and so on, and we got there, I mean, it was your first trip too for over 4 years. What was your first impression when we got there?
Well, I mean, when we decided to support Zimbabwe, we knew that this is a very fragile context, and we knew that they need our help. That's why we decided to put 500 sponsored children of PM International there. But seeing it with our own eyes and see how dry this area is, makes you feel like, wow, there is much to do here. But after being there for 5 days, we saw how much they have reached in 1 year, and that impressed me very much.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, when you were there and we realized, as Juliana was saying, because I heard someone say, well, Zimbabwe, it's not really a poor country, it's not really listed as one of the poorest countries, and yet the places that we went, I can tell you, no running water, no comforts. I don't even know how I can describe that. But what I'd like to describe right now is maybe we should just show them a little glimpse of our trip and then recap a little bit. Yes. Okay, film up. We are here now in Zimbabwe, getting ready to go see our sponsored children. I can't wait to go meet them, so come along with me.
Thank you very much.
Siapaga. Yeah. So that was just a really short insight to our trip to Zimbabwe, because I can tell you right now, you watch in your emails, you watch on social media, we will be introducing and announcing a virtual tour to Zimbabwe where you'll be able to see all of the insights that we had while we were there. But Juliana, if you would say two things, what would be the two most impactful things on that trip for you?
Well, the first thing is we thought the biggest need that people have there is food, but they told us it's water. If we have water, we can reach anything. So we started putting water pipelines, and we saw the results. Gardens, people having great foods. That impressed me very much. And the other thing is the women's empowerment that we saw. They told us, if you support the women, we can reach everything. And we saw women saving groups getting money to construct their very own hospital, the first one in their place. Women doing businesses for their own, being entrepreneurs and reaching everything they want. I think that was the greatest thing.
Absolutely. And I will tell you my most impactful things on the virtual tour. So, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So, now we come to a little part, and
this is exciting, isn't it?
Really exciting. Wow.
Should I tell?
So, I'm gonna try this. So, maybe you have seen this person before. Maybe check this out and see if you recognize her. Our sponsored child from 11 years, Nanda, and her colleague, Ruby, from World Vision. I got you crying now. I'm sorry. Nanda, you've come a long way. And sorry. Maybe you could tell us what your life was like before becoming a sponsored child. And maybe some things during your time as a sponsored child that were
Hello everyone. Hello everyone in this auditorium. I've joined World Vision Development Program since 11 years old, about 10 and 11. Before coming to this program, I didn't find the way how to relate to other children and express myself openly. Our development program was was taking care of many children to participate in clubs, which helped us to express and learn about ourselves and to relate to one another and to be socially active.
And I remember when I was there, maybe you could tell the PM world, PM family, what were maybe, I remember being there and you were telling us about the sewing machine. How did that work and how did that affect your family?
Манай энэ болохоор ажилласан мэргэжилтэй ажлын хүмүүс учраас тэрнгүүрээ ажиллаж чаддаггүй байсан. Тэгээд дэлхийн зөөн олон улсын байгууллагаараа хамтраад
my mother liked to sewing, but she couldn't make sewing products because she was lucky to have a machine. But through World Vision program, we've been provided to have a sewing machine.
дэлхийн зөөн олон улсын байгууллагаараа хамтраад манай гэр бүл зөвлөд одоо ээжийнхээ хэлмэлтэй болгож өгч эдлийн машиныг одоо өгсөн дараа хөтөлбөрт хамруулаад авсан байгаа.
World Vision did every trainings for my mom how to make good products and they helped to market and that was helping to our family very much.
Манай ээжтэй ажлын мэргэд болсноо одоо гэр бүл олон хүмүүст одоо хүүхдүүдийнхээ одоо хүүхдүүдийнхээ одоо хөгжил одоо агуулгах чиглэлүүдийг эрүүл ололоос маллал одоо хэвлэлтэй гэж аяг.
She was so excited to be empowered by World Vision program and that helped our family to increase income and my mom started to take care of our brothers and myself very much.
Right. And you see, when I say it's not just about a single child, it's about their families too, to help them survive and grow and generate incomes.
One of four, the very first in her family, just tell us this is very special for us.
I'm really excited to hear that there are more than 4,000 children are sponsored by the organization. And I know that over 100 children has been sponsored by PM International. I have two older brothers. They never had the opportunity to study in university. And after 4 children, I'm the first one who's entered to university. Thank you. In the railway university is engineer. I'm in the 3rd grade.
In her 3rd semester at college for engineering, isn't that amazing? Yeah. So let me ask you, if you could say one thing that you felt the most during your time as a child, where you would encourage others to keep doing what they're doing to support other children, what would it be? Or maybe the better question is there anything that she has as a special moment during her time as a sponsored child of PM International?
4 жилийн өмнө очиж одоо манай хүүхдүүдтэй хамтраад ингээд үйл ажиллагаа хийж
there was a visit.
хүүхдүүдийн ар гэр болгон
It was amazing that you entered to our households.
Тэгээд маш олон хүүхдүүдийг
There are so many
үйл ажиллагаанд байгуулсан.
organized through our program and met you all.
Тэнд байгаа хүүхдүүд одоо бүгд амж байгаа л дээ.
They all were so excited that you were able to arrive and visit their homes.
That was another Share Your Love celebration that we made in Mongolia. We're not that attended to. So.
Exactly. That was where we also presented gifts that you sponsored through your purchase of your charity t-shirts. So Nana, we wish you all the best for the rest of your graduation as an engineer.
Thank you.
You're going to be amazing.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to, my brain's going in 5 directions.
You will meet Nanda if you want at the stand of our vision. We're here as a charity partner. There's gonna be our stand after this, so we have the translator, Muki, so you can come and meet them both. And you can also go and do a good donation for the children in the project. We have great ideas with us, so any questions, we're gonna be there for you.
So, and then, I just have to do this, thank you. And hope that it'll keep you nice and warm in Mongolia from us, and thank you for coming all this way. I can't wait to follow your life and your success. Thank you so much. She's an amazing girl, and I'm so proud to have her here. So thank you so much. Yeah. Can you stand one more thing? You ready for one more thing? Two. Oh my gosh, 2. So, you see what an impact that our sponsorships can have. Because of what you do, I was waiting for translation to do. From what you're doing on a daily basis. So we've decided, because of the incredible impact that you've already had, the first 5 months of 2022, we are already going to take another 200 sponsored children in Mali on because of you and you and you. Thank you so much. That we are changing lives, their whole communities, their families, having that impact. And alone in the last 2 years, over 5.7 million euros donated for our Children at World Vision and emergency relief efforts. And it's been an amazing, amazing journey. I can't wait to see until the end of the year at the leadership when we will be able to announce, with your hard work, with your effort, I'm crossing my fingers. I am standing right behind you to do the best that you can do so that we can take on a lot more sponsored children by the end of the year. I'm going for 1,000, so work with me here. And now, a few of you, got a sneak preview one time. And for the next part, I need to get some help on stage. So I would love to introduce to you our premiere of our new charity song with the help of Miss Camilla. Please come out, Miss Camilla, an amazing singer for me. Come on out. And this song is for you, and you, and for us to do what we can do best.
Everybody needs somebody, everyone needs a home, especially the children, never should they walk alone. All they need is a hero who will show them they are loved, and only wishing for it isn't gonna be enough. Let's prove to them they're not alone. Let's share what we can share. You and I prove to them no matter what, they can reach the sky. If we save the day, we save forever. In the end, we save the world. With your hand in mine, our hearts together, let's make it better. Save the world, we'll make it better. We are being international. You and I can make a difference only if we understand. The kids are counting on us to provide a helping hand. With our arms wide open, we can show them how to care. For future generations, we'll have a hero there. Let's prove to them we're not alone. Let's share what we can share. You and I prove to them no matter what, they can reach the sky. If we save the day, we save forever. In the end, we save the world. With your hand in mine, our hearts together, let's make it better. Save the world. If we save the day, we save forever. In the end, we save the world. With your hand in mine, our hearts together, let's make it better. Save the world. Let's make it better. We are being international.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Camilla, amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome Camilla tonight at the party. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just choose thanks to the producer of Let's Make It Better, Mark Smith, who is here today. Where are you? Woo! Wave! He worked yesterday and today to be able to get you a QR code for today where you can download the song immediately. They're on the screens outside. He was working like crazy. Mark, thank you so much wherever you are. And again, thank you all for doing your best every single day, because we are changing lives. Not only with our products, not only with our business opportunity, but we are changing lives of those who may never have gotten the chance. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, you are awesome. We are PM. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Vicky Zorg, and our guests and the team of World Vision. And make sure the QR code that you scan the QR code to make sure to also support the song. And of course, we're going to hear that more often in the future. I'm sure about that. And speaking of charity, tonight we're going to have the charity party. So that brings me up with the point that I said yesterday already. If you don't have your charity shirt yet, make sure to get it outside at the promotion stand. It's your entry ticket for tonight. You don't need to wear it, but you need to have it with you. If you don't have one, then pick it up there, either because you pre-ordered, or you can still, of course, get it there. And keep in mind, if I speak about the best paying day, then what we think about is normally our success. But we have been proven in a very nice way that if we make this day the best paying day in our month, or maybe even the best paying day in our year, that we help so many people around the globe that are not directly affected by it because they're part of our group, but they are affected because through the charity, an hour of life for every product. So keep that in mind with whatever you do. And then we go into the next break, and of course you will have the opportunity also in the next break to have the fashion again. We heard Vicky Zorg is the charity ambassador, but she also is the between the promotional items, also between behind this collection, this wonderful collection in cooperation with Under Armour. And by the way, if you want to start doing push-ups, Under Armour and Fitline, that also looks very good while doing push-ups. Now we're going to do another half an hour break, and after the 30 minutes, we will have a guest here on stage that flew long distance to be here and share the successes with you. So make sure in 30 minutes, which would be at 5 to the hour, 5 minutes before 5 to be